What is going on, fellow outlaws? Outlaw Gary here, and in this video we are showcasing 5 amazing locations that is going to get you some loot that you would not even expect to find, and it's loot that you can only unlock at level 44 and 31. So if you enjoy this video and it helps you progress in Red Dead Online, make sure you guys drop a like. Let's go for 2,000 likes. Big shout out to the viewers Rafu and Elmo, Raf, Boo, and Elmo for helping me create this guide. As on the Discord, they gave me these awesome locations. Each of them gave me one location showcased in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first spot I personally found myself way back in the early stages of my Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode. If you remember, this is the Lemoyne gang hideout early on in Red Dead Redemption 2 story. And you as Arthur Morgan have to infiltrate the base or their camp and attack it. In doing so, you actually unlock a shotgun in Red Dead Redemption 2 story. It's one of the first guns you get for free in the story mode, and it's just a lot of fun. Now, visiting this spot in Red Dead Online was something very, very cool to me because I remembered in the story mode, I actually got something awesome from this spot, and it was shotgun slugs. Now, if you have never used shotgun slugs in Red Dead Redemption 2, these things are amazing. It's pretty much everything you love in a shotgun shell with more range and I believe a little bit more accuracy or punch. Now, these specific ammo type in Red Dead Online is only unlockable at level 44. But if you come to this exact location, you get about 5 to 6 shotgun slugs with every time you loot this house. So, what does that mean? If you loot this house back to back to back, just respawning in a new free roam, you will continuously get pretty good amounts of shotgun slugs, and this can be rinsed and repeated as many times as you want. Now, in this house, we also have different consumables, but those aren't really the important thing with this showcase. It's all about the shotgun slugs. So if you're not level 44, come to this spot, and grab some shotgun slugs today. You should pick up at least like 20. If you ever need them, you'll have them, and it's super easy to get. So if you're in the area of the Lemoyne hideout shown on the map, go here. Highly recommend it. Coming in number 2 and hopefully number 1 was pretty awesome. Now, this is Fort Wallace. If you have never been to Fort Wallace, it's normally locked down, and in story mode early on, it has a huge red circle around it. You can't even go to Fort Wallace without getting shot. But for some reason in online, you can just walk in. And it's weird because the guards are working, and you look around at like on the guard towers, the guards are all there, but you can just walk in. They don't bother you, which is actually really great because right when you walk in, the first door you go through, you'll find one of the most expensive items that you can buy in the general store, and that's Horse Reviver. There's also a dude in jail, and if you kill him, you can't loot him, so it's a little weird. I don't even know why he's there, but you do find Horse Reviver and some consumable drinks, which are pretty much great to just pick up since you're already there. Now, in the surrounding areas, this is where it gets a little awesome. There's different rooms like all throughout Fort Wallace, and some of them are enterable and some of them are not, and there's one secret room. Now, we'll talk about the secret room a little later in this little commentary for point number 2, but after you go into the second room you can enter, it's the captain's quarters. Now, the captain's quarters, you have his desk, you have his file cabinet, you have his wardrobe. All these can be looted. Now, inside this room, for how nice it is, there's not much in here, dudes. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was super let down. I was like, dang, dudes, Fort Wallace is so cool. I was super excited to showcase it to you in this house, I guess location showcase. But unfortunately, Fort Wallace was a huge letdown in this captain's quarters. Now, if you decide to roam around in Fort Wallace once you're inside, I have to give you a heed of warning for 2 reasons. 1, there are guards here, and if they see you, they will shoot you. So try to stay pretty out of sight, keep along the edges, and make sure you don't bump into any guard that may be patrolling on the ground level. If you sneak around, you should be okay. I had no problems with it. I did it about 3 or 4 times and had no issues. Now, there is one secret room like I mentioned earlier, and this secret room can only be entered by kicking down the door. So when I kicked down the door, I was like, what the heck? What is this? And inside you find dynamite, tons of ammo. Like literally, it is the Fort Wallace stronghold, like weapons cache. Unfortunately, this weapons cache is very lackluster, and I don't know why. When you enter, you find a bunch of ammo boxes and cool things everywhere, dynamite like containers and everything, but most of it is not lootable. You'll find some gun oil, and also in the ammo boxes you can find some rifle cartridges, but sadly they're regular rifle cartridges. They're not like amazing rifle cartridges like I wanted. I wanted to find rifle cartridges express in here, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But regardless, leaving this area, you'll leave with some tonics, some horse reviver, which is super important, some extra ammo if you needed it, and a few consumables. So it's not a horrible spot to loot. I think it's more for the adventure of you sneaking into the fort. That's the most fun part, probably. Moving on to number 3, we have the Firewood Rise underneath Cumberland Forest above New Hanover. Now, this spot was found by a viewer. His name is Rafboo, and he has been super helpful in lobbies. He's been joining my posse and just being a bro. So if you want to be one of the people in my videos and just help out, join the Discord today and just join the Red Dead Online chat and just hang out with people. You can find some people in the community and you can play games together. It's been really great. The experience overall, dudes, has been fantastic. So thank you to the like 1,000 of you guys that have joined. Greatly appreciated. So Firewood Rise underneath Cumberland Forest. It's a small house that has more than meets the eye. This house, you'll walk in, you'll find yourself looting various items like coffee, bread, and then when you move over to the kitchen, there's more items like candy, biscuits, vegetables, baked beans, and sweet corn. And these items are useful if you do not hunt often, but canned goods are normally not the best source of refilling your core. Moving on from the kitchen area to the bedroom area, you are automatically met with a dresser, and on top of this dresser is a piece of jewelry. So pick that bad boy up. It will sell anywhere between, I believe, $2 to $5. So an instant money maker right here, and the amount of food items you get is pretty good. And there's also a chocolate bar, which you don't really find ever, plus a health cure, which is also a yellow item. So this house is great. You can farm this one as well. All these houses and areas I'm mentioning are farmable and repeatable. So if you want to just jump into a new lobby every time you farm it, you can. It's super simple. I just don't want everyone doing each of these houses. Like, imagine if like 100 of you try each of these points, lobbies would be filled with people trying these points. So I'm gonna try to keep up to date with more and more houses we can loot, so that there's like enough houses for everyone to check out. And let's move on to the next one, because it's definitely an interesting one. Number 4 is coming in with Van Horn Mansion. Now, if you've never been to Van Horn Mansion in single player, it's actually a great little spot for you to check out for yourself. Van Horn Mansion consists of an interesting storyline that I highly recommend you go to in story mode to see what happens. There's something that goes on the first floor that doesn't happen in Red Dead Online. As many of you guys know, there's less NPCs in online than there is story mode, so I believe they could not add the functionality of what happens in story mode in online. But regardless, the interior of this mansion is beaten up. It is actually really gross, and if I owned this house, I'd be so depressed, because it is a beautiful house, multi-layered house, and unfortunately it was just not very taken care of. The thing with this house is that it's very lackluster. You go inside and you can grab some easy consumables if you're on your way from Saint Denis to Van Horn, sorry. But if you were to just farm this house, it's not a great spot to farm. It's more of a spot that's like, hey, this house is here if you want to go check it out and enter it for yourself. But it's not a spot you need to check out, because the ones you need to check out earlier in the video and my last point. Now, before I jump into this last point, I have to tell you guys how thankful I am for all the support in all these videos. If you have enjoyed this list so far, drop it a like, because this spot is one that I've known of for a long time, but it wasn't until a viewer named Elmo in the Discord shouted out and said, hey Garrett, you should go back to this spot and see what you missed out on, because it's a great spot. And it's Elmo the Red. Now, I showcased this spot about a week ago on the channel in single player, or in Red Dead Redemption 2 story, showcasing that you can get a secret hat, a secret knife, and some extra ammo and money here. But what I didn't notice when I came here and online was the fact that you get such great loot. Now, first things first, if you do come to this location, it is very close to the Van Horn Mansion. So if you're on your way from Saint Denis, stop by the Van Horn Mansion, loot that whole area, then head over to Fort Brennan. This fort is interesting because of 2 reasons. One, it's also a gang hideout. So if you're looking for treasure maps, easy money, easy gold, this spot can be a spot where you can farm money and gold as well as get some rare items. Now, when I approached the area, I was not expecting there to be a gang hideout when I got there, but lo and behold, as you can see from the fast forward gameplay, there's a ton of dudes here. And the best thing about it is when there's a lot of guys in a gang hideout, it increases your chance to get a treasure map off the bodies you're looting. So make sure if you do join a location that is a gang hideout, kill everybody. Either let the gang leader like be killed or let him go. I decided to kill him, as you can see from the gameplay, and well, I got a ton of XP. I almost got over 700 XP by doing this. Just doing this. That's like that's a lot of XP, dudes. I think for me to level all the way, it's about 4,000. So for me to get 700 in one gang hideout was great. Now, the only reason why I got 700 XP is because I also finished a challenge. But with all that out of the way, we are now going down into the basement of Fort Brennan. And guys, right away, you get some amazing ammo. Now, this ammo can be looted over and over and over in different lobbies. You're getting revolver express ammo and rifle express ammo. These two ammo types are only available to you if you are level 31. So if you're not level 31, come to this spot and get free ammo. It's literally free. You don't have to buy it, and if you can't buy it, you now can, because you get it for free, but you can use it if you're not level 31, so it's great. On top of that, these two items are so good because Rifle Express and Revolver Express are actually the best type of ammo type you can have for those individual weapons. Now, what does that mean? Rifle Express rounds are actually some of the best rounds to use against bigger game animals, bears, alligators, maybe boars, but not really, bucks. All these animals that are bigger size should be killed with express ammo. Now, I'm gonna have a guide later on, probably this week, talking about different ammo types and different weapons you should be using when you're hunting. So hopefully this guide does help you guys, for those of you that are out there hunting every day, leveling up and grinding away at killing different animals. But regardless, this spot is by far the best spot, and I would not have been reminded about it if it wasn't for the members of the awesome community here and the fellow outlaws. Of course, if you want to join the discussion, if you want to join the community, I highly implore you to check out the Discord. It's free to join. Check out the chat and join the Red Dead Online chat. Big thanks to everyone that's been supporting the merch, Outlaw merch. It's been super successful. I want to thank you guys so much. I'm wearing the hoodie now. It's super comfortable. It's super soft, and I highly recommend you guys check out the link in the description. With all that said and all that out of the way, thank you guys so much for all the love. You're the best viewers and community I could ever ask for, and I will see you guys later on today with a brand new video.